So let's talk about the fortunes, and we didn't get a chance really to talk about it with Juan Cole, but it's worth reading him on what's going on with MBS. But yesterday on the Hill, Gina Haspel, the torturer in chief, the CIA director, went to Capitol Hill to talk to some leading senators as to the evidence that the CIA possesses on the killing of Jamal Khashoggi, who was a U.S. resident and a columnist for the Washington Post. I can't quite figure out what is going on with people like Lindsey Graham, let's say, who have every reason in the world to be large allies of Saudi Arabia and their moves to which would ultimately either bring about some type of war, an attack on Iran, or in their struggle for long-term geopolitical strength against Iran. But whatever Gina Haspel told Lindsey Graham, he seems very, very exercised about it.
I think Secretary Pompeo and Mattis are following the lead of the president. There's not a smoking gun, there's a smoking saw. You have to be willfully blind not to come to the conclusion that this was orchestrated and organized by people under the command of MBS, and that he was intricately involved in the demise of Mr. Khashoggi.
There you go. I mean, the guy's going on talking about the saw that was used, the bone saw that was used to essentially dispose of Jamal Khashoggi's body. And I suspect the briefing they got from Gina Haspel was rather explicit. And they are not letting go of this. I mean, for the life of me, do you have any sense of like what? Because I don't know if Graham just has other sense of who are better allies within the Saudi royal family, and but I haven't seen much reporting of that. Have you? I haven't.
A little bit. I mean, the two things I could speculate is that first, yes, there's definitely other people who would be less reckless than him, but would still have the same core policies. And then there was a thing, we didn't pull it because it was one of those things like, I didn't advocate pulling it because it's like, I don't know what the frame is around it. It was weird, but maybe we should play it later, where Macron greeted MBS at the G20, and the hot mic picked them up with Macron being like, "You don't listen to me," and MBS is like, I listen," and giving him like that warm smile that he gives. And I think that part of the subtext of all of this, and please, in no way is this, MBS, it's obviously a total monster, but I do think there's some element of people reacting to the fact that he doesn't listen, including to them. And the same pattern that he usurped people that were ahead of him in the family and has been a rule breaker and a defier, that's applying to traditional allies and power relationships. And it's easier to, you can mess around.
Just too much of a wild card.
Yeah. And you can mess with Trump all day because he could just get on the phone and tell Trump that he's great. But
right.
I think people like Graham and Macron are like, wait a second, you're really
stepping
not
out of line.
Listen to us. Yeah.
He's counter-establishment, man.
Right.
We must like him.
He's a disruptor. Total disruptor.
Pretty strong words. Impressive.